Today we are going to talk about the volume of 3D figures. So to quick review here, we're going to talk about rectangular prisms today. So with your rectangular prism, we know that the surface area is the area of each face all combined. So think about it like wrapping paper. If I was going to wrap this rectangular prism, how much paper would I need to cover the surface of my figure? So that's surface area. Volume is the amount that fits within this figure. Okay, so thinking about, okay, how much can fit inside of the gift that I wrap. So to find the volume of a figure, we use the formula volume equals length times width times height. Okay, so we take a look at our 3D figure here, and I'm going to go ahead and label each of these dimensions. So I've got my length right here, my width is right here, and then my height, how tall the difference or the distance between my bases. Okay, so now all I need to do is substitute in my values. So I go ahead and say volume equals L is 7 times my width, which is 4, times my height, which is 3. I multiply these together, 7 times 4 times 3, and I will get a volume of 84 inches cubed. So remember, to find the volume, when we're measuring volume, we use cubic units. So thinking back, when we were finding the volume, when we very first learned how to use, how to find volume, we filled our 3D figures with little cubes, cubic units. So we will use inches cubed or feet cubed when we are finding that volume. And there's your volume. So this year we focus more on fractional volume. So we use the exact same formula, volume equals length times width times height. But now we're going to start getting into fractions. So again, here I'm going to label, that's my length, that's my width, and there's my height. I still plug in, I substitute in my values. So my length is 7/8 times my width, which is 1/2, times my height, which is 5/8. So just a quick review. When I multiply fractions, I multiply across my denominators, and that is my, I multiply across my numerators and across my denominators. So 7 times 1 times 5 is 35. And then 8 times 2 times 8 is 128. Now, I need to double check that I can simplify this. If I can simplify here, I can do that. Or if I need to simplify here, I can do that. This cannot be simplified, so I go ahead and say meters cubed. So the volume of this figure is 35/128 meters cubed. So to review, when I am finding the volume of a figure, I like to label the dimensions. Where's my width? Where's my length? Where's my height? I write out my formula. So I always write out my formula. Volume equals length times width times height. I substitute in from my values, and then I multiply across. Same with fractions. Remember that I multiply my numerators, multiply my denominators, simplify while I can.